I could tell you something else about that hornet's nest. When I was up there and I'd pounded on it, and they came out angry. You know, I headed for the ladder, but there was a guy, a young man, standing on the ladder, and I said, "Go, go, go," because we were all going to get stung. And he just kind of looked at me. He didn't know what I was talking about, but he was on the ladder. I needed to get down, and I thought about jumping, but I sort of started down the ladder, and he eventually figured it out or got out of my way. Took a few stings from that. There's the sawmill building. Those three huts, pallet huts, I'm going to move them toward us and to the left, and center them up on the Gasthaus, the large building. I'm going to center them up, and I'll probably build them as a cluster that can go together, three or so, and also with another furnace big enough to burn whole pallets. The what should I call that? The sun. I don't know what. I had it covered through the winter with plastic and stuff, but I took it off, and I will go on with it. I had to put something on there to stop the wind from blowing through there this winter for the protection of my goats. Oh, there's a little white goat. She's there. I'll tell you about her when we go up there. There she is. I call her Lambkin, but I'm thinking about calling her Snow White or Snow Pink or something. When she was born, it's a miracle she survived because her mother would not own her, and I had to get another mother to accept her. The mother of her stepbrother, I guess I'll call him, that guy over there. But she made it. She made it, and she's a little spooked to me. But normally we're already pretty close because I did a lot to try to get her, convince the other mother to accept her. All right, this roof, well, it's kind of a long story, but I can certainly make it immediately drier. Let me turn away from the sun. I've got steel that I'll put up there just temporarily because the whole roof is going to move upward. All right, now this looks like it's real wet, and it was. A couple days ago, the water supply got pulled out and soaked that. But that's nothing compared to the way it once was, where a cow would sink into their knees right about there. There's the mother. That's Heidi. She's the one that adopted Lambkin. I call her Lambkin because it really looked like a lamb. I mean, she looked like, you know, I looked at her, what's the lamb doing in here among my goats? She had her mother would not own her, and for I think various reasons, and her siblings to that mother did not make it, but she was determined she was not going to die. Whoa, there come pigeons. Scared them. All right, the furnace. I had a couple of videos about moving that stackable furnace. I managed to move it by myself. That thing must weigh between close to a ton, maybe not quite a ton. But I had to move it a little ways, line it up, but it's in the right place now. That's just plastic tub on top of it. And I will be building a furnace there. I'll go out that, well, no, I'll go over there now. That brick and this fire brick is all available to use to build this very, very large furnace. I refer to it as a Kachelofen, a tile oven, and that's to be the front of it. I'm going to build a kitchen right there. So a lot of this stuff I've shown you another year. That's just how slowly things go. That's the backside of the latrine. Now, one of the things I changed in here, which helped a lot. Well, for one thing, I got electricity in here so I can turn lights on. That's pretty nice when I come out before dawn. But that floor is temporary, maybe. But I moved it up and leveled it up. And the way I solved the water problem is to sort of give up on it. And I just let that be wet, which is what it insisted on being. And I have a drain for that. But by putting a wooden floor up above it, it's not a problem for the animals or me. And actually, I realized that I restored that floor to the level that it really was when this building, several barns ago, was first laid out. You can tell it by the way the stonework is. That's where the wooden floor was, not where I always assumed it was down there. But that's where my grandfather chose to put it for cows, I guess. Haven't changed too much here. I'm going to build a workbench right there. That'll be a sauna slash bathhouse slash laundry. And another thing I do now, I can use that door, and I'm going to go out through that door. We'll go upstairs. I'm not sure what angle to try to film this in. We're up in the haymow now. We just went out a door that's under that. Those two holes are where I put hay down, and I feed hay right there as well. Not that much has really changed here. That still is to be my classroom. The parts are waiting to be there. That still is to be a winding stair that goes from down below to here to the level of the library, for which that is the floor. I showed this stuff last year and it hasn't really changed. But then to go on up, right up through what is now the roof, onto what will be the roof. And that is going to be so much fun to build, but I just couldn't get to it yet. All right, what else to show you here? Very little has actually changed. That steel that's on top of those bales is waiting. I'll just slide. I'll go out and put it temporarily on those rafters just to make a bigger dry spot for the animals underneath. This is where the chimney is going to come out from that monstrous flue, which I think I've talked about before. And it'll go up through probably that big or smaller as it goes through the roof for now. It'll eventually, no, it won't be mason. I don't know if it'll be masonry the whole way up through. It might be. So as I say, not that much has really changed here. So I can probably just go outside. This is probably a good place to stop. Last year I did not do more with the aqueduct. I showed it to you. Where I'd started these videos of today was over on that bank, and that's the one route to get down over Fraser Mills and Very High Water Wheels. I've explained this other years. That's the route for the water to go past the guest house, and on over Wheels. As I say, I've explained it elsewhere. The gazebos to go there. And here is the water supply, and it's strong still. Now, as I say, it does freeze. What I do is I run it in that hose for now, down by gravity, down into the barn. All right, and there's some of the fence that my son built, which means I can continue to clean this stuff up. Although I can reuse that. That's what I was using as a fence before I let him go ahead with the electric, or he offered to. So I can clean that all up. I don't need that now. And I don't think I'm going to go up on the hill because not that much has changed, or into the woods. Again, not that much has changed. So I suppose I'll just stop here. Don't know what the best shot would be to stop on. I guess maybe the thing to do is to return to where I started, which was right up there. Bye for now.